Previously on The Jig Is Up.
All those in favor of using the Little Hope Church as a place to detain the suspects?
No! Come on!
Have you guys heard of a game called Murder in the Dark?
Come on, Blaine.
Gigi, stop!
Ow. You stole that! You're the murderer, aren't you?
I did take the Gutenberg Bible. I didn't kill anyone. I mean, you can't see anything either.
Fine. Marry me.
If that's what it'll take to shut you up, then I'll marry you.
I'm so sorry about your father.
Yeah, me and my mom really miss him.
Just remember why you do what you do.
Ah! He's dead!
We have to hide the body.
Where do you want me to start? Start right here first. Start right here. Go up here. Then go up here. Don't worry. Just remember your training. That's what you've prepared for.
I'm not sure I could do this. I don't want to do this.
I told you this before, but it's more true in a call like this. Remember what you do. Did your wife just give birth?
Yes, the baby's 2 months old.
That's great, Kareem. That's why we do what we do. I want to keep my son and my wife safe. I'd die to protect them if I had to.
No, Daddy, I don't want you to die.
I understand. I'll do it for my family, to protect them.
That's what I like to hear. You with me?
Yes, sir.
No, Daddy, please don't go on there. It can't be my fault. It can't be my fault.
We need to get rid of the body.
Yeah, we better hide it. This can implicate us.
The police are coming. Let's do it quickly.
The cops forgot my medication.
I'll be back for breakfast later. I'm gonna go pray for a bit.
Good morning, Blaney Boo. How did you sleep?
How do you think I slept, Gigi? Like crap. Forgot to pack my lavender pillow spray, my sleep mask, and my nighttime moisturizer. Not to mention how much I miss my orthopedic mattress in this horrible cot. God.
Morning, princess. You always wake up looking this fine?
Ugh, your breath.
Okay, everybody, up and at 'em, rise and shine. Breakfast will be here in a little bit with the shift change. You know, I haven't seen Kareem all night. He must have been walking around the perimeter. He must be dead tired. Okay, everybody behave. I'll be outside.
We've got to find somewhere to store that body. It's probably already gotten rotten. It's only a matter of time before it starts smelling.
I agree. We can't keep it hidden like that for long, especially the way we hid it last night so haphazardly. So let's plan this logically. Since we all want to know exactly what happened to him last night, I want to take a look at his body. And that's going to take some time. So, Hilda, is there a place we can store it? Preferably something large with a lid, like a container or something?
I cannot believe this is happening at this time in my life. Trying to find a place to store this body. Let me think. Where could we put Kareem? I've got it. The baptistry. It's big. We don't use it much nowadays. And it's got a lid of sorts. It just doesn't seal very well. The pallets are really heavy.
What? We're gonna put him on a glorified bathtub, put a heavy lid on top, and call it good.
What was meant to represent rebirth will now be used as a sepulcher for a fallen defender of justice.
What about the smell? Even if we put it in the baptistry, they're gonna find that rotted corpse if it's not sealed. Then not to mention we're gonna have to smell that body as it decays.
Well, I have a bottle of perfume. We could pour it on the body. I don't know, isn't that even something that they do in the Bible? Like prepare the body for burial or something?
That actually might help a little. But as the time goes on, the two smells are gonna mix as the body breaks down.
Wait, are you guys kidding me? This group ain't got a lick of street smarts. I'm telling you guys, there's a million different uses for a trash bag. Just throw that heap of crap inside a bag, seal it up tight, and...
Officer Kareem is not trash. He was a human being. He did not deserve to be treated this way. He was a good man. And he was murdered. The least you could do is show him a little bit of respect.
Jeez, kid, I wasn't saying he was trash. I was just saying, man, I don't think anybody even realized you two were best friends or whatever.
You know, Homeless Hugh, your trash bag idea was a good one. It will help contain the smell. Barney, I promise we will do our best to treat his body with as much dignity as possible. Hilda, where are your trash bags? Like the biggest ones you have. And do you have tape? Preferably duct tape, and a large pair of scissors, and this may be a long shot. Gloves?
I think I know just where to look. There's a janitor's closet right down the hall. I'll go check it right now.
Okay, so we know how we're gonna store it, but what about when someone asks where he is?
Is no one gonna ask the obvious question here? Who killed him? I mean, it had to be one of us.
Listen, when they ask, just tell them we saw the officer during our game last night, and he hasn't been seen since.
His family is bound to come looking after him. Then what?
We're telling the same thing, but we all have to be on the same page on this. Any objections?
I still want to know who killed him. It's official. Now 2 people have been killed by somebody here.
You're right. And hear me out. It could have been Hilda or the pastor, okay? He seems to disappear at all the most convenient times. Did anyone remember seeing him during the game last night?
Shoot. Guys, my brother isn't perfect, but he ain't no killer neither.
It makes sense that it was Pastor Luis. He, out of all of us, was mysteriously absent during our game last night and when we found the body.
It wasn't Pastor Luis! I can't believe you guys think such evil. He would never do anything like that.
Well, do you know where he was during our murder in the dark game last night?
Well, no.
See? It was him. It's always the one you least expect. Classic case.
No, I know it wasn't him.
How do you know? Unless it was you then.
I'm not gonna help you all anymore. Just stop this. I can't believe you self-serving people would be talking like this about the only selfless person in this town.
Look, we need Hilda's help, so why don't we put a pin in trying to figure out who did it, and let's go just take care of storing the body, and we need to do it fast because we want to get caught.
Somebody should go distract that detective lady. I volunteer myself because, it's not something that anybody can do, and I happen to be pretty good at engaging people in conversation.
Good. All right, everybody, let's move. Barney, can you grab the supplies?
Hey, what size are those boots?
Oh, do I really have to be here for this? Oof. Oh, I don't think I can stomach much more. I'm going to have to leave.
Well, you don't have to be here. Actually, all of us being gone for such a long period of time might be kind of suspicious.
Shoot, then I'm out of here. Be back never.
Wait. I do need at least 4 people to stay, though, to help me to lower the body into the baptistry.
I'd be happy to help.
Okay. So me and Dahlia and Barney, do you mind helping? I do need at least 1 more.
Nose goes.
Oh, do that again. Do that one more time.
Tough luck, Gretzinger. Also, here you go, Lila. And you can keep the rest of it because the less I have in common with a dead body, the better.
Oh.
So I've gathered as much information as I can glean from this, and he didn't even see it coming. No struggle, he died within moments, and it was very quick. Okay, Barney, can you turn this off? Thanks. Dahlia, can you grab 2 of these bags and we'll take them up? All right, that's it.
Wait.
Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3.
Go. Well, good riddance. Breakfast, anyone? Yes, finally.
Now you see it's safe. Can we talk?
Yeah. What did you want to talk about?
Oh, I don't know, Blaine. Maybe our wedding? Or have you already forgotten what you promised me?
Of course I haven't forgotten what you forced me into, Gigi. But in case you've forgotten, we have much more pressing matters on our plate. Like the fact that we're suspects in one murder, and we just helped hide evidence in another. Not to mention, I've stolen the Gutenberg Bible.
Yeah, that stuff is, important too, I guess. But it just goes to show that you never know when your last day is. And I bet that just makes you want to marry me even sooner, huh? And you can, because I'm always prepared.
Gigi, you carry this around with you?
Duh. And our social security cards. And pepper spray, which in light of recent events, I've actually never been more grateful to have. I told you I'm always prepared. And Hilda said that she would notarize the document, and Pastor Luis said that he would officiate the ceremony tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yes!
As in the day after today tomorrow?
Yes! Isn't it perfect? I mean, we're in love, right?
Totally. It's just perfect.
They have a picture of the murder night. A picture, Pamela. No wonder people are flocking to the newsstands. Did your source give you anything useful?
No, ma'am. Just that they're very excited that the paper sold out.
It's because they have someone on the inside. I should have left you in there. That way we'd have first-hand knowledge of what's transpiring.
I have Detective Carlotta scheduled for an interview tomorrow. Maybe I
Pamela,
can
sometimes your voice gives me such a headache. Let me think. I don't know what we're gonna do. But I need you to be prepared to go back in if needed. They cannot have any more breaking news before we do. For now, be on standby for how we're gonna spin this thing.
At least the shirts turned out really nice.
Go.
Sorry.
Welcome back, guys. It's Eden, and this is Not the Vibe. Now listen up, because we have a lot of ground to cover today. Before the break, I told you we'd have a very special guest with us, and here he is. Say hello to Chester Tennity, the proud mayor of Hackenslash. Mayor, thank you for joining us today. We have a lot of tea to spill.
Oh, yes, we do. A sweet Eden, piping hot tea, as the Gen Zers say. You know, it's been a while since I've been on radio. This is exciting for me, a radio show.
Yeah, well, it's not really a radio show. It's a podcast, which is, you know what, never mind. Let's get right into it, Mayor. I don't think there's a single soul within 100 miles of Hackenslash that doesn't know what happened in our town yesterday. But just in case any of them have been living under a rock, can you catch us up to speed?
Gracious. I don't know where to start. Well, the one church that's still open in our town, underneath in the library, down deep, someone discovered a Gutenberg Bible. This Bible could put us on the map. I mean, but anyway, the auctioneer came to auction off the Bible, and the auctioneer, he was murdered. He was murdered by someone dressed up in a knight costume, and he hostily killed him. It was horrible. Everybody, the crowds were around. I mean, I was there. I was there. Do you understand? And I was frightened. I mean, imagine if KWN had this story to say: Mayor slain at the altar of the church.
Mayor Tennity, I didn't know you actually witnessed the murder.
No, I didn't witness the murder. I was close by, but it was very scary. Yes, I was scared.
Right. Well, that is very scary. That's the kind of thing you only see happen in movies. For those of you who don't know, Hackenslash is a very small town. We have a population of about 15,000 people. Nothing exciting ever happens here. In fact, the last murder we had was several months ago, and we all know how hard that was on me. But anyways, Mayor, please tell us, what's being done to solve this case?
Well, we've rounded up some suspects, and Hackenslash PD is on it, and I hired Private Detective Carlotta Estrada. Where's your camera? We're on TV? Camera. I tell you, if anyone can get the killer, Carlotta can.
Well, I'm glad you're all so committed to finding the killer. But let's get down to the really juicy bits of the story. Rumor has it that there were 11 suspects present at the time of the murder, but one of them was let off the hook. A newscaster for KWN. That's not the vibe, and I'm pretty sure my viewers will agree. Do you think it's fair that Pamela Patterson was allowed to leave? Should she have had to stay with the rest of the suspects? Are we safe with her roaming the streets freely? Join the conversation and let me know at my socials, at Eden Vibes Only. Yeah. That's it for today. Thank you, Mayor.
No, I have something to say.
Hold on. Join me next time as I continue my series.
Because I have something to say, please.
As I continue my series on why farmhouse decor is chuggy and not the vibe. Later.
Eden, there's no way that Pamela committed this crime. I don't want your viewers to think that
Don't worry, Mayor. I just play up the drama for the cameras. It all helps to increase my engagements online.
Okay. In that case, I understand, and thank you. Thank you for having me on. It's important that we join forces and we can get the suspects and the suspect to talk. The camera's definitely off, right? Can I speak freely with you?
Sure, I guess so.
I know I put on a brave front. But you know, I can't even sleep at night. All I think about is the Bible. Do you realize that there's one suspect that knows exactly where the Bible is? And if we can get that suspect to talk, this town can get the recognition that it deserves.
You know what? I have kind of a crazy idea, but hear me out. What if we allow all the suspects to come on my show? Imagine that, an exclusive sit down with all 10 murder suspects. I could pick their brain, get their perspective, and they might even slip up and tell me what they know. It would be incredible for the podcast, and it would assist in your investigation. A total win-win.
Yes. That is fantastic. I can't believe I didn't think of it myself. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to get my people to call your people, and we're going to set this thing up. Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Listen up, you lazy manatees. I have an announcement to make. Wait, where's the old guy?
Who, Leon? I believe he's still outside charming the private detective.
Okay, well, could somebody go get him?
I'll call him.
Leon, quit flirting and come back to the room! Quickly!
Oh there, man. Did your mother ever teach about inside voices? Gosh, even I know that, pretty boy. What's all the ruckus about?
Gigi has an announcement. It's good to see that we all remain civilized in this ungodly situation. And by the way, I wasn't flirting. Carlota just stepped outside anyway because of the shift change that's happening any minute now. What's so important?
In the midst of these awful circumstances, I have a bit of good news for everybody.
Hey, where did you two run off to earlier? I could have swore you guys were like right behind me, and then all of a sudden...
Gigi and I have decided to get married.
Congratulations! Oh. Listen, I know you guys are all shocked about this, but of course, you're all invited. So let's get excited. I know it's gonna be hard, but girlies, I'll make bridesmaids out of you yet. I can't wait.
Okay, well, not to take away from the happy couple, congratulations, but I, for one, am more concerned with clearing our names, okay? And I am not going to wait 8 weeks for Detective Carlotta to do that for us. So, anybody up for a little bit of sleuthing of our own?
In case you haven't noticed, Einstein, there's not really a lot to sleuth. I mean, look, we're all stuck in this sad, crumbling culmination of my brother's life's work, I guess.
Our church is not crumbling. Those are the most annoying words I think I've ever heard. Dilapidated and crumbling. That is no way to describe God's house. But we do have something to sleuth. We have all those books in the library. And matter of fact, that's where I found the Gutenberg Bible.
Were those boxes given to you about 3 months ago?
Yes, indeed they were. You know, they were burning a hole in my brain when I was sitting there in the library, and that's when I started shredding. Trying to be more like the Hawaiians, you see.
I was so close to it. It could have been mine.
What could have been yours?
The Gutenberg Bible that Hilda found. Those boxes were given to me before I sent them off to the library. As you see, a few months ago, those boxes were donated to the museum, left over from an estate sale of a prominent family on the outskirts of town. See, I checked a few, I didn't see anything good, so I sent them off to the library as a donation. I could kick myself for not checking more thoroughly, because I believe that's where the Bible came from.
Well, we'll go through what we have left, see if we find anything more about the Gutenberg Bible or where it came from. It's at least a place to start, and we'll see what we find.
I know we'll find what we're looking for. Have faith in God. You know, as a matter of fact, why don't you guys just follow me? We'll go to the library. I'll show you where it's at. Well, it's kind of not so much a library anymore. It's more like a storage area, you know, especially with all those books that just got donated. Everything. But, you know, that's why I always want to ask Pastor Bruce to go to Hawaii with me. But he doesn't. And they make the best dinner rolls. As a matter of fact, I make really good ones myself. You just need a little bit of flour and salt and oil.
The door's unlocked, gentlemen.
Keys. Which way does the front door?
What?
Which keys for the door?
I don't know. If you want me to hold your hand, you're gonna have to buy me dinner first. Just try them all until one of them works. You're a big boy. Figure it out.
They don't work.
Oh, it's because those are my personal keys. Here.
Where's Kareem?
Who?
The officer that was assigned here last night.
The heck if I know. That guy disappeared and abandoned his post early in the evening. I haven't seen him. You guys got this, right? Okay. Wouldn't want to be ya. Bye-bye. Hello, Mayor Tennity? Yes, I'm finally off of babysitting duty. I think I'm gonna do some more digging around before I interview the suspects. You know, I built quite the rapport with them. In fact, I have quite the inside connection with that delicious silver fox and... Oh. Yes, I understand. Better not mix business with pleasure. You know, I can understand why you assigned me to this case. That officer that they put here last night, up and disappeared. Last night, don't know where he went. Utterly useless. Huh? The suspect interviews. Oh. At her studio? Oh. Well, are you sure you don't want me to handle that? Are you sure that that's a safe move? Yeah. Okay. I understand. Okay. I'll escort them there. I know you're busy. Yes. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Okay. Love you. Miss you. Bye.
Mrs. McCaw.
Oh, Matilda. I believe we have a problem here.
I'm listening.
I got a call from my detective, Carlotta Estrada. She tells me that Officer Kareem is missing. What do we do?
What do you mean? What do we do? It's none of our concern.
What if he was killed?
If he was killed, then there's definitely nothing we can do. This doesn't change anything for us. We have to use the murder or the murders to our advantage and move on.
What if the killer is after people who are in power? That would mean he's targeting people like you and me.
If you're that afraid for your own life, have the police assign a detail to you. Or better yet, keep that little private detective by your side. Don't think I don't know what you're playing at with her, Chester.
I don't know what you're talking about. That woman's got very good instincts and expert sleuthing skills.
Of course. And the fact that I have such a close connection with the police has nothing to do with it.
And I need a horse in this race too. I can't let you and Officer Bernard get all the credit when we find the killer, and we will.
You know, I once dated a man like you. And it'll never cease to amaze me how before the 1940s a man got anything done without a woman's help. Look, if it'll put you at ease, I'll call the chief myself to see if he knows anything about the missing officer.
Goodbye.
I'll be in touch.
Chief Bernard speaking.
Harry, it's Matilda.
Maddie, my very scary sister-in-law. What can I do for you?
Only for those in my way. You have nothing to worry about.
I consider myself lucky. Hey, so what did you need?
I just want to touch base with you. You know the officer you had assigned to the church yesterday?
Yeah, Officer Thomas. He's the best I've got.
Has he checked in with you today?
No, he should be here any minute. And his relief should be at the church about now.
Is there any reason he would have left his post early?
No. Maddie, what are you getting at?
He's missing Harry since last night. He probably jumped ship, but Tennity fears the worst.
Thomas he's my most diligent officer. You know, let me Let me check with the relief team and with dispatch and see if anyone knows anything.
Keep me updated and keep this quiet for me. If this does have anything to do with the murder, I like to manage the public sentiment from here.
Okay, I got it, Maddie. And I'll be real discreet about it, and I'll let my officers know as well. Maddie, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Mrs. O'Rourke, this is an unexpected visit. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Thank you for taking the time, Chief Bernard. Terrence often spoke so highly of you.
Thank you, ma'am. He was a fine officer. I'm so honored to take his place after his passing.
Well, let me get right to the point. Are you aware of Barney's situation?
Yeah, he's involved with that murder night nonsense. I'm sorry, Mrs. O'Rourke. I know he's a good kid.
He is a good kid. And that's why I'm here for your help. Mayor Tennity will not give us any resources, so Barney can go to school or stay home with me. And we were hoping you could help us.
Well, you know, I might have a solution to your problem. In the next town, Kootenstop, they gifted us some ankle monitors. They're a little older, they're not as accurate, but you know, if we put one of those on him, that may just work.
So he would have an ankle monitor like he's under house arrest?
Well, look, Mrs. O'Rourke, it's the best I can do for him. I mean, at least if he has one of those on, he'll be out of harm's way.
That's true. Barney is not a criminal. And if he had one of these monitors, he would be away from that murderer. How soon can we get one of these?
Well, if the mayor's on board, we could have one on him as soon as tomorrow morning. And then we can check out our system and we'll be good to go.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you so much for your time, Chief Bernard.
You're welcome.
This means the world to me. Hang on, Barney. Mama's gonna get you out of there.
Hey, Murder Night. Enjoying incarceration?
No, I'm not. And I'm not incarcerated. I shouldn't even be here.
I get it. It was a bad joke. So what's up?
I was just wondering how my article did at the Daily Squire. Did it sell?
Boy, did it. It sold out. Can you believe it?
No way, really? I'm so glad. Maybe I'll actually have a job after I get out of here.
So about that, they actually didn't use your article. They used your picture for the front page, though.
They didn't print the interview with Pastor Luis? That was such a good piece about corruption in this town. Why wouldn't they print the article? I bet they're a part of the corruption I was trying to expose. Figures.
But did you even hear that last part? He even said your photography was some of the best he's ever seen. Did you know that you caught the murder night on film? He was in the background of your shot of the church. He blew it up and used it for the front page. Everyone went crazy for it.
How'd they even know enough to write about the murder night?
Well, he did ask me quite a bit about it. I was excited to be interviewed. When he asked me if he could quote me, I said yes.
I guess a corruption scandal was too much of the truth to give to the masses. Had to go with the sensational news.
I know it probably seems that way, but remember, the goal of the Daily Squire is to equip people with the truth. A corruption scandal is definitely important, but do you think it's more important than telling people that there's a murderer on the loose?
Why are you defending them? I've been your friend since kindergarten.
Are you okay, Barney? Are you off your meds?
I'm not supposed to be. The cops forgot to bring them last night. Plus, a lot is happening here.
How many doses have you missed?
Just 2. I missed last night's and this morning's. I was gonna actually ask you if you could stop by my house later today.
Of course. I'll do that before I bring your school books today.
Thanks, Sammy. I'm so sorry I'm frustrated right now.
No problem, Murder Night. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Find anything juicy?
What? No. Did you say juicy? Ugh. This one's no good either.
Listen to this. Mayans used to worship turkeys. They believed they were vessels of the gods. Only the most rich and powerful in the Mayan culture owned domesticated turkeys.
Blaine, baby, I don't think you're supposed to talk about Mayan gods in a Christian church. This is a Christian church, right?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Protestant Christian. Were you thinking about converting?
No, I'm just bored.
You know, you might actually enjoy reading if you ever tried it. There's nothing like a good book.
Oh, I agree. One of my favorites is about a divorced woman with a cheating husband and trying to solve a murder. Oh, it's such fun.
Look at this one. It's called The Mystery of the True Gutenberg Family Line. It says the Gutenberg line was once thought to have died with Johannes Gutenberg because no record of marriage or children was ever found. But a few decades ago, they were able to successfully trace his lineage after research found that he had children with a woman from Annalyn Strasbourg. Most ancestral lines died out or were lost, but one was traced all the way to here. They tracked his lineage to a family that settled in Hackenslash. They lived here until 19...
No way. Let me see that.
No. They are still recorded to have lived in Hackenslash up until about 30-ish years ago. Well, depends on when this book was published. Did you know we had such a prestigious family living in town?
Well, actually, yes. You know, the family that I spoke to you about earlier, the ones that donated the books to my museum, I had no idea they were the Gutenbergs. No wonder they had an original 42-line Bible.
You mean to tell me we had a family here with some national freaking treasure on their bookshelf and nobody talked about it? I could have been rich by now. Just because there's a rich family in town with a treasure doesn't mean you would have been able to get your hands on it, Huey. Oh, I'd got it. I guarantee you that.
So now we know how the Bible ended up in our town, and even at the church. What's next?
Lila, does your book say anything about what happened to the Gutenbergs in Hackenslash?
All it says is that Mr. and Mrs. Gutenberg, along with their 6-year-old daughter, all died in a house fire. The only living relative was a baby, so the estate waits for the heir to come of age to claim it.
Well, that helps us absolutely zero. I mean, at least we know where the Bible came from. Now the only question is, who's trying to get their hands on it? Lila, why don't you keep that book for reference? We'll keep looking for clues and maybe we can look some stuff up on Barney's computer.
Can you read upside down?
No, of course not. What are you on about?
I just thought you might have that skill. I had a 3rd grade teacher once who could read entire books upside down. She did it all the time. I really respected her.
No, did you know that if Johannes Gutenberg was still alive today, he would be the oldest living man, aged somewhere around 620 years old?
Wow. Can you imagine how old and wrinkly he'd be?
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, here's something. Oh, excuse me, little brother. It's the memoirs of a World War II soldier. It's a guy named Joseph Barrel. He fought both in the US military and in the Soviet army. Fascinating stuff, but here's the important part. It says, we raided Germany several times, each time coming back with cultural treasures. The Soviets said we were taking the books and art to get revenge for Germany's own looting and war crimes. All told, we took probably hundreds of books, with other raiding parties taking even more, but I was most interested in the Gutenberg Bibles. Officially, no one ever said where they went, but of the 3 we collected, I took 1 and the Soviets took 2. I hear tell nowadays that the 2 that the Soviets took are in Moscow. I will not say exactly where my copy went, but I will say it's with a man who will cherish it. They sure are special books, and blessed are those who know the real reason why.
Well, what the blazes does any of that mean?
Oh, listen. There's writing on one of these pages in the front. It says, Charlie, for the greatest treasure we ever beheld, thanks for being there. See you around, Jumpin' Joe. I mean, maybe not helpful per se, but Maybe we could see about finding this Joe or Charlie?
Check the rest of the front and back pages to see if there's more information. If that was this Charlie's personal copy, he might have some contact information in there. I do that with some of my original signed copies.
If found, please return to Charles White, 1618 Winter Street, Hackenslash, USA. You know what? Maybe Barney will let me use his computer to research him, figure out where he lives. You know what? I'll go ask him now.
Speaking of Barney, where's he been? Doesn't he want to help clear our names?
You know, he's been acting rather strange all day, moping around in corners, grumbling to himself.
Not to mention that outburst this morning.
The kid's losing it. I called it from the start.
You guys don't think he's the killer, do you?
It's not a bad guess. The game last night was his idea, and he was alone when he happened to find the body.
Well, he could be feeling guilty if he really did kill that officer. Maybe he's feeling bad about it now.
And you know what else? Is that he's allowed special privileges like his camera and his laptop. All of our communication devices were confiscated the moment we were locked up in here. Something's not right about this.
Maybe we should keep a closer eye on him. Who knows what he could be up to, even now.
Say no more. That kid won't be leaving my side anytime soon. I'll make sure of that. Hey Barney, how's it going?
Hey, Pastor.
What you up to?
Just thinking a lot lately.
Anything you're wanting to talk about?
Not really. I'm kind of just been thinking about my dad lately, and I didn't get the job I wanted. There's murders happening all around me. And who knows, we could be the next victims. Just a lot.
No, I get it. But, I mean, let's hope it's a one-time thing and that the murderer got what he came for, whatever he was looking for, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes when terrible things happen around us, we feel more alone than ever, but honestly, that's just a trick that Satan plays. You know, he wants us to feel alone, and what he's trying to do is hinder us from reaching out when we actually really need to. Actually, what I came in here for is to ask you for your help. I was hoping I could borrow your laptop to research some things that we found over in the library.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Cool.
So, what did you find?
Well, found a couple cool things, but we did find a history book about the Gutenberg family that used to live in town. It didn't say much more than that, except that they were direct descendants of Johannes Gutenberg. But we also found an interesting book about a World War II soldier who came into possession of a Gutenberg Bible, and it's looking like he may have already passed away. We know that he gave a signed copy of his memoirs to his friend Charlie, so I'm going to check into that as well. And I'm actually not finding anything about this man, but we do have an address and it's active on maps online, so we just need to find someone that can pay him a visit and maybe arrange a meeting with him for us.
Oh, I'm sure my friend Sammy can do it. She's going to be dropping off my school supplies later today anyway.
Oh, that would be perfect, Barney. Really, thank you. Why don't you go ahead and keep the book with you? That way you can tell your friend where to go. And if you look right here on the last page, the address is written right there.
Okay.
But yeah, there you go. Thanks.
Oh, and Pastor, one more question for you.
Sure, what's up?
What if you saw something horrible happen and it happened right in front of you? I know, you're supposed to forgive and forget and move on, but what if you can't forgive because it happened to someone innocent? Like, what if you feel like you could have done more to help?
Well, Barney, the Bible does tell us to forgive our enemies, but that's the thing about everyone is no one is good, and every single person on earth has sinned. But God is faithful to forgive us if we repent and turn away from the wrong thing.
Okay, so if you've done something wrong, you should make it right?
Well, sort of. I mean, if you can rectify what you've done wrong, by all means do so. But God's forgiveness is not withheld from us because we haven't fixed our problems, you know? He forgives us based on the state of our heart. And if you're sorry for what you've done and you walk away from those habits that have caused you to repeat that sin, He will. Is there something that you're feeling sorry for?
There's something I need to make right.
Well, look, Barney, I'm not going to force you to talk about it. But if there ever is a time that you need someone to listen, my door is always open.
Thank you, Pastor. You're a good man.
Da 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 dum, dum dum dum, dum. I'm Tilda. I'm so glad you came to talk with me face to face after our rift earlier.
Are you ready now?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. I've got about 5 minutes.
Okay. Have you run the story on the dead auctioneer yet?
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes, we obviously ran a story on it last night.
Oh.
Why? Do you know anything new?
No. Detective Estrada. She's on it, but I'm sure she'll come up with a lead for us very soon.
Who cares? The Night Was Right campaign is going perfectly well. How about we focus on that narrative and see what happens?
Yes, except that not everyone thinks the night was right. I mean, it's pure lawlessness. And what if the night strikes again?
Okay. What if we start calling the night's actions a warning?
A warning.
And hopefully the church learned its lesson.
Sure.
That way, if it gets really ugly, we can pivot.
Yes, pivot. Okay. Church learns its lesson, pivot. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Very clever. Very good.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
Okay, then I'll get going. Oh, and put this on. We should show a united front. And next time, all this can be done over the phone.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, I spoke with Chief Bernard, and it looks like your hunch was right. That cop wouldn't have just left his post. It's quite possible he's dead.
No! What? No! What if his family comes looking after him? What if his family comes looking after me?
What if this? What if that? Stop worrying. If anyone comes after us, I'll handle it myself. After all, I've done much worse.
Now, a live update on the murder of auctioneer Ralph Derbyshire. The police have informed us that they do not believe this murder to be the work of a serial killer. They believe that the public is safe because Mr. Derbyshire was the only intended victim. Mayor Tennity has assured us that he has the best and brightest on the job. But we have to ask ourselves this: was the night right in seeking to bring an end to the church, which has been the source of so many conflicts? We believe so. And if you do too, you can make a stand and buy a t-shirt. Order today at KWN.
What a bunch of malarkey. We aren't safe until that killer's been caught. And it's never right to murder another person. James.
Yes?
As our new journalist, I'm going to give you a chance to shine. So take this down. Tomorrow's front page story needs to be about this. Everyone must get prepared. They should know that this incident is serious and should not be taken lightly. They need to know that they're not safe until this killer is behind bars.
But you and I both just heard that the authorities said the situation is isolated, and KWN said there's nothing to worry about. So wouldn't our story be the complete opposite?
Crap on a stick is what I say to that. It's a pile of horse manure. They can't say whatever they want just because they have a trending hashtag and flashy t-shirts, and I'm not afraid to contradict them. Do some research with their people down at the police station. Call the mayor's office and get a statement. Look into the background of these suspects if possible. I'll read Barney's article again, see if there's something we've missed. Now, let's go prepare our town. Good.
This is a closed building right now. Church services start at 6:30.
Oh, I'm not here for the church service. I'm Barney's classmate. I'm here to give him his work.
Well, you can give it to me and I'll take it to him.
Well, no, I gotta give it to him so I can explain everything for the classwork.
Oh, come on in. Just nothing else goes in or out.
Yes, sir.
I got a dream that I can't move my feet. My man just wake up screaming.
Hey, don't stop at my account. Is that all right, ears? Good choice.
Sorry you had to hear that.
Where's everybody else?
Who knows and who cares? It's nice to have some alone time for once.
To practice being a pop star?
Sammy, you always got the jokes.
Hey, I'm just saying. So this should be everything you need from school, and your film is in this binder. Oh, and I also stopped by your house to get your meds, but no one was home, so I'll call your mom and we'll figure it out later.
Thank you so much. You are the best. Oh, and I have something for you too.
Oh? What's this?
It's the address that we found. It's for Mr. Charlie White. He's super old, but it's worth asking him if he could talk to us about the Bible.
Okay. What if he doesn't even want to talk to me? Like, is there something I can tell him or show him so that maybe he'll talk to us?
You're right. Oh, I have something. So this is the textbook that we found, and it's kind of our only lead, and I probably shouldn't be giving it out, but it's definitely worth it for this. So it could be worth showing him. Maybe it'll encourage him to talk to more about the Bible.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Let me wrap it in that thing so that way when I leave, no one knows. All right, I'll let you know what happens. You owe me for this.
You're the best. Thank you, Sammy.
Bye, thank you.
Hey, Charlie.
Oh, hey, nurse, how you doing?
I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'll be back in 45 minutes.
Oh, yeah, have a good time over there, okay?
Don't get any into trouble while I'm gone.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Look where I am.
Be careful all the same.
You too. Come on in, take a seat. Right here, young lady. There you go. It's nothing much to write home to Mom about, but it's a nice chair to sit in. There you go.
Thanks for meeting with me today.
Isn't it comfortable?
Yeah.
Young lady, I'm sorry. I can't really hear the way I used to hear.
Thanks for meeting with me today.
Well, of course. I don't mind you coming in. I don't get many visitors. I mean, most of my friends are dead.
I'm so sorry to hear about that.
If you would have known those guys, they deserve that. They're better off there.
Well, I brought something for you.
You did?
I think it's yours.
The stinking wires. I'm tired of using this machine. Hey, wait.
Do you recognize it?
Where did you get this book?
We found it in the church library.
What was it doing there?
I have no idea. It says it was from a soldier called Joseph Barrel.
Jumpin' Joe. I I thought this book was donated or something a long time ago, like to charity or something.
I'm not sure, but my friends found it and they were wondering if you could come talk to them about that book.
You know, I really, young lady, this thing's a treasure. I don't leave here much anymore these days, but you know, you came here and I'm enjoying it. I got a couple more chairs. They can come in here and they can come over here and sit down on it. That's fine.
That won't work. Is it okay if I ask you a few questions about that book?
Huh?
Is it okay if I ask you a few questions?
About this book?
Yeah.
This book, look at it. There's not really much I could say about it, you know. The thing I know about this book is that he sold it to a family a long time ago that said that they made the printing press. You know, that book, the Gutenberg, that book is certainly one to be cherished. It leads to the greatest treasure. Your friends have an interest in this?
Yeah.
Well, if they have an interest in this, your friends, get back in there, you mice. Your friends would be interested in these. Take a look at these. These are real important. They'll want to look at this if they want to look at this.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your help and all of your information. I'll be sure to give these to them.
Well, you know, I would have baked you a cake if I knew you were coming. But, you know, it's nice of you to come here. I mean, I can't show you out or nothing. You know where the door is. Who the blazes are you? I don't have any Halloween candy.
I want the Bible.
Huh? What are you talking? What?
The Gutenberg Bible that the girl just brought you.
A Bible? I don't have one of those either. Get out of my house. Oh, doggone German.
Charlie, I'm back!
Charlie! No!
Hi guys. Okay, I know I told the mayor I would do this as a personal favor, but truth is, I really just wanted to get a chance to talk to you guys. Carlotta, thank you for escorting them in and keeping us all safe.
Detective Estrada.
Okay, let's see. Barney, would you like to come in first?
Okay.
You ready? Welcome back, guys. It's your girl Eden, and this is Not the Vibe. At the beginning of the show, I told you we'd have all 10 suspects in the Gutenberg auction murder case on the show, and I delivered. Now remember, only one of these suspects is a murderer. The rest are just innocent bystanders. See if you can spot the killer among them. First up, we have Barney O'Rourke. He's a high school student at Hackenslash High and was at the church trying to snag a job for the local paper.
Well, first of all, Eden, I just want to say thank you so much for having me a part of your show. I am a huge fan. And I was actually listening to you yesterday. You talked me out of wearing a plaid t-shirt.
Oh, you're precious. You guys, this kid understands the vibe. All you high school gals in my audience, get you a cutie like this one. But we're looking for what's not the vibe on the show. So Barney, tell me more about the auction, how you were planning on getting a job at the Daily Squire, and what all went down.
Right. So Well, Mr. Blackburn, he's actually the owner of the Daily Squire. He was reviewing my work. I want to say that's probably been the hardest part for me, is being apart from my mom. You see, we're super, super close, and I'm just really hoping that she'll come to the church tonight for the service, because it's finally going to be open to the public, and I'll get to see her then.
Oh, you're breaking my heart, Barney. Mama O'Rourke, come get your son. All right, camera's off. See, not so bad. But I've got to say, I could tell you were holding back. Normally, I would dig for it with the cameras rolling, but considering your situation, it just didn't feel right.
Right, I'm so sorry. I don't know. I feel like I had a really horrifying day yesterday.
Did you see something important? If so, then why are you protecting the culprit?
You know, you're right. Wait, why am I protecting them? The killer needs to go down. Okay, I'm gonna share something with you, but you just have to promise you cannot tell anybody, not even the police.
If you're planning on harming someone, I'm afraid I can't make that promise.
No. It's nothing like that. It's more so like, what if they were already harmed?
Well, I don't see any reason I need to tell the police if it's already done and over.
Okay. So there's this officer. His name is Officer Kareem. He actually was...
Lila, would you like to come in next?
So on one hand, I really wanted to be on the team that went in to examine his body, but on the other, I was horrified that a man was stabbed to death with a giant sword only one room next to me.
Well, that is definitely not the vibe. Too much gore for me. Thanks for coming in, Lila. Okay, it's just us now. So girl, spill. How are you holding up? I mean, it's kind of a dream come true for you in a twisted kind of way, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's not going exactly how I would like, but it has been kind of cool putting into practice my years of schooling and education for a change.
Barney told me about the cop. Did you get to study the body?
I'm so glad he told you. I felt like I should have told you, but it just didn't feel right. And yes, actually, I did, and I got to get up close and personal. It was fascinating.
Whoa, you're starting to sound like the murderer there, girl.
Don't say that. Okay, it's not me. I just think it was really cool to put into practice what I've learned all these years. And as soon as I saw the body laying on the ground, I just knew that from this textbook. Dahlia, you're next.
I just want people to get to know me. I'm not that weird after all.
You most definitely are that weird. But hey, you do you, boo. Now I just have one more question to ask. Where are you from again?
Hackenslash, born and raised. Thank you for asking that question. It's actually one of the platforms I'm running my campaign on. And don't you forget, never let the old linger. Vote for Gretzinger, which is me, Tristan Gretzinger.
Interesting accent for a native Hackenslashian. Way to make a suspect look even more suspicious.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing. Except you look like you definitely could kill someone in cold blood.
There's not much I wouldn't do for the right price, but I definitely didn't do this.
Doubtful, even if you aren't the murderer.
Why does everybody keep saying that? I'm not the murderer.
For starters, you're embroiled in not one but two murder cases. This one and Harrison Bismarck's. Sounds to me like you're collecting things and killing off the original owners.
Preposterous. This interview's a farce.
But you were a fan of Harrison Bismarck's, weren't you?
I don't appreciate what you're insinuating, but yes, he was a collector of old master paintings.
But what's more interesting is what I found out through Gigi's social media. You two have been in Hackenslash before. In fact, it was during the exact same weekend Harrison Bismarck was murdered.
Like I said, I was a big fan of his. The fact that he was murdered had nothing to do with us.
That's right. How dare you? This interview's over.
My. As I live and breathe, it's the last pastor in our town. Even after every other church closed its doors and all the holy men left our town to its sin, this man stayed. Now call me cynical, but that seems a little suspicious to me. What is it that ties you to this town? Is it worth killing for?
First of all, I would never commit murder. I mean, it is the 6th commandment after all.
Sure, but why stay at the church after all these years?
It's quite simple. I'm committed to my faith and Pastor Luis. Take it or leave it.
So you've got something to protect. Then the real question is, how far will you go to protect this simple life of yours?
Oh, let's not find out.
Wow, that was grueling. I can't believe I just spoke to an actual murderer. Insane. Now, let's not forget about the 11th person who was at the scene of the crime, Pamela Patterson. Now, I couldn't get Pamela to join us today, which figures, but I personally find her situation far more suspicious than the others. Even still, they all seem shady in one way or another. I hate to say it, but even sweet Barney has an undercurrent of extreme instability. Well, that's all for today. You know the drill. Send me your theories at Eden Vibes only. I'm dying to hear them.
Laura, how are you?
Oh, everybody, look. That woman over there in blue, that's the woman running against me for a seat on the city council, Mary April Palmer. She seems perfect, but those are the ones you have to look out for.
Hi, Barney. How are you doing?
I'm okay, Miss Palmer. Thanks for asking.
Hey, I just wanted to let you know that I'm really sorry you're in this situation. I know your mom's so upset about this whole thing, but I know she's fighting hard to get you out of here. I wish there was something I could do, but I just want you to know that I'm praying for you, so don't lose heart, okay?
Oh, thank you.
An admission of guilt, of course. She's the one who voted for us all to be locked in here after all. A snake. Praying indeed.
Mom! Oh, it's so good to see you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I have been working non-stop. I've called all your teachers. They've signed a petition for your release.
Did it work?
Unfortunately, not exactly. However, there's tons of support. In fact, there was some teacher that came by to check in.
What teacher?
I can't remember her name. Some pretty young thing.
I wonder if it was Miss Jenkins?
I don't know what her name is, but I promise I will get you out of here.
Oh, Mom, the sermon's starting.
Well, we haven't had the auditorium this packed in years. It's good to see. Thank you guys for coming, willing and unwilling. If you all could open up your Bibles to Genesis chapter 4, we'll be starting at verse 16. But first, let me give you a little background. You see, Joseph was wronged at every turn, but he was faithful to God in each situation, and it was that faithfulness that lifted him to a position of authority. Some of us feel like Joseph, and I know it's easy to be discouraged. It's easy to stop trying and say, what's the point if I'm going to be let down again? But you see, the point is not for you to be lifted up at all. The point is for the glory of our Lord. You know, personally, I've even fallen into some of the pitfalls that Joseph's brothers fell into. You know, I didn't like where things were, so I took it into my own hands. But you see, Joseph, he remained faithful to God, even when he could have used his power to exact revenge. And you see, God turned that into a beautiful story of provision. And let's not forget tonight the Lord's promise of provision, no matter where you are right now. Rotting in jail, forgotten for years. The person in authority who knows you punished the wrong person. Or if you're a brother riddled with guilt for hurting your sibling, wrongly accused of something you actively avoided, or the one waiting to be reunited with family you long thought lost.
Mr. Blackburn, I hate to say this, but my contact on the inside told me there was another murder.
Okay, calm down, James. Tell me what you know.
No matter where you're at, God has you in his hands, and he will not forsake you. He has a plan to prosper you and not to harm you. Don't give up.
Barney, do you think we could pull up the evening news on your laptop? Just feels a little odd being so disconnected from the outside world.
More breaking news tonight as another man was found murdered in his home earlier this afternoon.
Fortunately, authorities believe this to be an unrelated incident to the murder at the church just yesterday. Charles White, 100 years old.
He's dead? We just sent that girl too.
We led the knight right to his door. We killed him.
To honor his service and mourn his passing, we offer a simple poem. A soldier does not fall alone. His fate is bound to the choices of many, to comrades who stood by his side, to foes who pressed near in the dark.
We can't dwell on this tonight. It's way too late. We'll look for answers in the morning.
Tonight, his watch has ended. Tomorrow, ours goes on. Our battles will not be won with silence, but with the actions we take and the cost they carry. In the end, may we be able to say, I fought my best, I helped those I could, and I'm proud of who I became.